New at 10, a medical malpractice lawyer weighs in on the North Alabama man whose wife says a surgeon removed the man's liver instead of his spleen, causing him to bleed out on the operating table. WAAY 31 reporter Julia Miller joins us live in studio now with details.
The family attorney tells me this happened late August when the Bryan family visited their rental property in Destin, Florida. What was supposed to be an emergency surgery turned into a tragedy. In a press conference on Thursday, family attorney Joe Zarzer went in depth describing how 70-year-old William Bryan from Muscle Shoals died.
The 18th of August, he went to the hospital complaining of left side pain. They diagnosed him with some type of spleen issue.
He says Sacred Heart Emerald Coast Hospital in Destin, Florida, recommended an emergency procedure take place.
So they scheduled him for surgery. After a couple of days, the family was wanting to take him back to Alabama to have any kind of procedure. And the surgeon and perhaps other people at the hospital were not quite sure about that, persuaded the family that he needed to do this.
However, during the surgery, Dr. Shimnosky mistakenly removed Bryan's liver instead of his spleen. As you can see, medical documents provided by the family's lawyer seemingly back the claims. Medical malpractice lawyer Will League tells me this is something that hits close to home.
Unfortunately, I have experience with one of my loved ones being killed in a medical malpractice situation in Destin, Florida.
He says this is what they call a breach of the standard of care.
If you're a board-certified physician that has surgical privileges, the standard of care, at least in my humble opinion, would dictate that you don't take out the liver when you're trying to take out a spleen.
Adding that it's unacceptable and no one should be fearful when going to the hospital.
And if me or my family member or you or anybody in the community goes to the ER and has to have emergency surgery, you trust that hospital to hire a qualified, competent doctor to perform those surgeries, and it's unacceptable.
League says unfortunately these types of cases are lengthy and can take a while for families to receive justice.
Medical malpractice cases are time-consuming, expensive, and they're difficult to prosecute for, a myriad of reasons.
He says overall there must be more statewide precautions taken to prevent tragedies like this.
And without restraint or without oversight from the medical community, from the different states, it puts the public at risk. And this poor family paid the ultimate price, as did one of my family members.
Zarzer says they expect criminal charges to be brought against those responsible. Right now, Dr. Shimnosky has been removed from the hospital's website. In a statement to WAAY 31 today, officials at Sacred Heart say they are taking the allegations very seriously and are performing a thorough investigation into this case. They also add that their thoughts and prayers remain with the family.